Hey there, today we're going to be going over wireframing following our website evaluation. That was a previous video, feel free to check it out, but let's jump right on in. To refresh the memory, this is the site that we took a look at, just perused around, saw what content was on the site, kind of the call to actions, just to get a feel for what was going on. And here is where I'm going to go into XD, Adobe XD, and I have all of the pages I could find here on the left-hand side. Except for social media, that wasn't an actual page, but it was a section within the different pages, so I called that out. And then two of the big takeaways for me was to provide clear call to actions and condense the information, just because things feel a little all over the place. I did go a little bit back and forth with this one because I do think it has potential to be a one-page website, but I'm going to keep it into multiple pages as it currently is and just broke it up a little bit differently. And we'll kind of go over that here and compare maybe to what they have. So we'll have the homepage, and then we'll have these 5 pages below. Now, the content underneath these 5 pages are not sub-pages. That's just information for what will go on that one page. So we'll have the Royal Llamas page, which will have Meet the Llamas and any videos and images of the llamas. I thought that we could go ahead and add videos and images here just because the videos are videos of specific certain llamas that they have, and then the images are just a gallery of the llamas. And you'll also see images on the about page just in case there is any of the setting, the castle, and whatnot. And then we have llama services. So before there was a page for lessons, walks, and virtual meetings. I want to go ahead and condense this into one page. And my rationale for this is because their lessons and their walks only happen certain times of the year. So when it's nicer outside, because we live in Texas, they'll do the walks, but when it's a little bit warmer and they don't want them going outside because of the heat, they'll be doing lessons. They do offer private lessons year round, but lessons are more of a summer thing. And I think that this would be important information to be on one page so that if a user goes to walks in the summer, they're not taken aback by, oh, well, this is only offered this time of the year. Well, they have no services that they can offer me at this time. News and blogs, I want to bring a little bit of unity to this section. So before there were some that had images and some didn't. They both had different layouts. And so condensing it into one page, making it uniform will give a cleaner look to it and make it more easy to read. The about page will have the about information it currently has. We'll bring in some more images for some visual interest and make the contact information a little bit more prominent. For the gift shop page, we'll list out the gifts and make sure that it's clear that, hey, this link's going to Etsy. And then in the footer, we're going to have social media links and the contact information again, which is just going to be the email and phone number because their address is private until you book. So that's kind of what we're going to go over today in creating wireframes. I think I'm going to just create a wireframe for this one, the homepage, because the Royal Llamas and Llama Services and maybe the about are where there might be a little bit of differences, but I'm still going to try to carry some of those homepage elements over. So it's not going to be really like insane, like design wise. It's going to rely more on the homepage. So we're just going to go over the homepage today. And so we'll go over here, and I pulled over some of the items, and I think on the homepage we want to be sure that we have that clear call to action. So we want them to book their llama services or llama encounter. We want to inform the user of the services offered. We don't have to go into detail about the services, but want to give a brief overview. I think that this might include the months that it's offered and kind of what a llama what the service is, about the llamas, and then a quick about section, just letting them get a little bit more familiar with the property and all of that fun stuff. And I'm just going to go ahead and take these away because I don't think we're going to do that. So when wireframing, this is not supposed to be perfect. It is just rough sketches to get your ideas out there. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, and I'm only going to do 2 wireframes, but all of these things are going to be included in those comps, and they might be a little, I might bring in other elements and stuff, but these are going to be like the main things. So first, I'm just going to get started with this, and I guess since we are not doing multiple, we can just come in like that. And then I'm just going to make space for like a logo and the navigation. You don't have to fill this in. You don't have to worry about proportions or any of that stuff. Keep it grayscale, black and white. Ooh, I guess we don't know how to spell nav today, and we're having trouble. Oh my gosh. My apologies. Okay, that's a little big. You don't have to worry about this stuff, but there we go. And then I think we'll just do a banner right underneath that. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, and then draw our fun little X so that we know that this is an image. And I go ahead and duplicate these over here because I'm literally like, we're not doing anything fancy. Like I'm literally just, this is what the banner is going to be. We're going to prompt people to book their llama encounter. And then we're going to get here with our, actually these are going to be images, so I'll just boom, something like that. I like to group the X's with the background together so that I can just duplicate them. Don't have to worry, like, sure, there's little things sticking out here, but we don't have to worry about that. Oh my. And then instead of this just being generic services, I'm going to do like walks, lessons. This copy is huge. And then I think a general call out for virtual meetings, because that feels kind of like its own thing. Just because it's a little different. It's not really people coming to the property, but you still get to meet the llamas. And then there will be call to action so that they can learn more about it, and maybe one for booking right underneath. We'll save that. And then after the services are introduced, I think it would make sense to introduce the llamas. So this is going to look very, why do I keep doing that? I mean, they currently have 6 pictures of their llamas. So I think that that kind of works. Well, actually, I think I'd like the idea of a carousel here. So just that little indication. It's a very clunky arrow, but we're not looking for perfection here. That's a very uneven arrow. Okay, this is about the llamas. not about the llamas themselves. Boom. And then maybe a quick about so that they can see the castle, see where the llamas live, and that just like further enhances our royal llamas. Something like that. And I definitely think that I'd want like a call to action at least here underneath these the llama profiles, just because we don't want like, I mean, we could do learn more about the llamas. Yeah, I guess we'll do a learn more. I'm just putting general call to action. You don't have to have like everything figured out right now. It is just the wireframing brainstorm phase, so don't feel pressured to have it all figured out. You can definitely change it later. Also, another thing with wireframing is I'm using these rectangular shapes, but that might not be the shape that that's used in the final version. I may make them circles or, you know, whatever. And then I think that I want to have like this is going to be a last like call to action, like book your llama. I think I want to keep that here as well. Where's white? And then we have our footer, which just... So that's one option. And now we'll go over a second option. And I didn't really think about this. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just duplicate this because it's probably going to look the same. And I'm actually going to do maybe like a split banner so they have walks and lessons here. And maybe we leave off the virtual meetings. And it's like one call to action for book your llama encounter. Sorry. I'm used to Mac shortcuts, so apologies ahead of time with any mishaps using a PC. Here we go. So we'll kind of show them their walks and lessons. Maybe this is a rotating banner. I know that rotating banners aren't typically something that we'd go recommending just because it can cause like banner blindness, or maybe we just inform them of the type of lessons here and it's not a split banner. But the idea is that the banner area will house information for both walks and lessons. So that's the services. Then we get to the llamas. And I think that we would do like, maybe they're smaller pictures. I don't like that. Okay. Just because I think it's kind of fun to see all of their names. It just said, okay, low-key obsessed with this site. Okay, then we have our call to action. Bring in our quick about. But this takes up the whole thing. And then this is going to look very similar. Yeah, see, the thing that I'm struggling with this is with the wireframe for the homepage is I literally feel like I could fit all of the information for the website on this one page. So that's where I'm like trying to give users a little taste of what's on the rest of the site, but still give them enough information so that they don't have to go looking if they don't want to. So with that, maybe this is where we explore adding like blogs and articles, blogs and news. Let me just read these because I don't think that. So let's just say that these are the 2 wireframes that I have for this upcoming redesign. The next steps would be to get feedback with the team that you're working with, or maybe you present it to the client as an initial, like, hey, do you like this, where this is going? This is how I see the homepage flow, so that they can get an idea of what to expect. Really just looking for any kind of feedback, implement that feedback, see if people have ideas to implement. So with that, we are done with the wireframes today. I will be doing another video where I design out the homepage, so join me for that. And if you have any feedback on the wireframes, feel free to let me know, because like I said, this is where you would go looking for that feedback. So I'm going to take a day, a night to think it over and jump back into this design, and I hope to see you then.